Dr. Marlette, would you bring our second candidate to the side of the platform? There are two things I'm going to say to you, and after I say both of these things, I'm going to pause for just a moment. Owen Douglas Fitch was born in 1918. You can do the math, all right? Secondly, he has pastored the same church for 64 years. His dear wife is now home to be with the Lord. I have received a number of letters, which will give all of them to you. I want to just share with you today. This is from Bill and Alice Johnston. I want to just read a part of this to you. They write, "How beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring good tidings of good things." It is difficult to begin the story and totally convey all the appreciation and gratitude I have for this preacher. This young preacher delivered mail to help supplement his income in the early days. He was observant and used this as a way of making contacts to invite people to church. We were one of those that were invited. I was only 5 years old at the time. This young preacher went out and got an old school bus and developed a bus route that picked up children of all ages who would otherwise not have the opportunity to attend worship services. I look forward every Sunday to going. Before long, we had a bus full of people. He acted not only as a preacher, but as a teacher, a counselor, advisor, often giving advice that I still remember and implement today. On that old bus, we sang songs, we went to skating parties, had devotionals. And then this writer goes on and says, "I became a Christian, and later I went off to school to become a nurse, and I married a preacher. I worked with a Christian medical team in a very primitive area off the coast of Panama. My husband was a preacher, training school in India and in Jamaica. We have 3 children who are serving the Lord. 2 are active in the church, 1 is bedbound. But to all of this, they say we owe it to Pastor Owen Fitch." And I believe there are testimonies like this by the dozens, probably hundreds. I've got a bunch of them right here that I'll give to you, sir. But this is an unbelievable man of God. I had preached in a Bible conference in Western Pennsylvania not long ago, and in the front row every night taking notes was this pastor. I felt like telling him, "Give me your notes. I've got nothing new to tell you." What an amazing man of God this is. Would you stand and give proper honor to this man as we bestow the honorary doctorate? By the authority granted by the New York State Education Department and unanimous vote of the Board of Trustees of Davis College, I bestow the Honorary Doctorate of Divinity degree on this good, faithful servant of God. And it says the Board of Trustees, upon the recommendation of the faculty, has conferred upon Owen D. Fitch the degree of Doctor of Divinity with all the rights and honors appertaining thereto, given at Johnson City, New York, signed by myself, Dr. Marlette, our Provost, and our Chairman, Dan Campbell, Ken Barber, representing the Board of Trustees. God bless you, sir. Forward to say a word.
Maybe some of you remember George Burns. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be anywhere. I don't like to correct the president of the school, but I've been in Lowellville for 69 years. And if I'm still pastoring and alive, on the first Sunday of June, I will have completed the 69 years, but it's 68 so far, 69 in just a few more days. When I went to Lowellville, I was in a Christian church and they didn't know anything but Acts 2:38. They didn't even know John 3:16. And I didn't argue with anyone. And that's the challenge. You don't have to be right. You have to be faithful. And preaching the Word of God, the Spirit of God worked in hearts. And folks that have been in that church all of their life were coming forward and giving their heart to the Lord. And then we baptized them. Our church has been a very fundamental church. It's a small church now. The bank is gone. We expect that the post office will be the next to go. Steel mills are gone. But I mentioned the mill route, and I wanted to mention this because they needed someone to work as a substitute mill carrier. And they asked me if I'd consider it. Well, I needed the money. Little churches don't pay much, you know. And oh, what a joy that was. As I went out through the country in my car, seeing children that didn't go to church. And so we had a vacation Bible school, and I rented a bus. And we brought them in by the hundreds from the mill route. I've heard preachers say to me, "Oh, you carry mail." No, I was winning souls as I carried mail on the same day. My ministry was with young people. I love the young people. And I challenge you today. 6 and 18, they're being threatened. They're being threatened by the media. They're being threatened by your schools. They're being threatened everywhere. When they get to be about 12 years old, they start going to different churches and hearing different things. And the next thing you know, they're gone. And we've seen that. But I love the young people. I even love the little babies. Let them cry. I don't care. We made noise when we were kids. And I just love them. I heard Brother Pedro speak at the Western Pennsylvania Bible Conference. He said he wanted me to preach. I felt like jumping over that front pew. That's old practical stuff, you know. And it just thrilled my heart. I never dreamed I'd be here today with anything like this. But you know, I'm only a sinner saved by grace. Isn't that what we are? Thank you. Thank you.
You may be seated. There are several here also with Dr. Fitch. Would you stand up, please? We're so glad to have you with us today. And God bless you. Our whole group back. Give them a great welcome. David's College is on site, it's online, and it's teaching sites.